it sends a very clear signal about how important that member of your team is not. Leaders out there, think about the last time you had a one-on-one and who did all of the talking. I'm constantly fighting myself to just be like, Josh, shut up. Just shut up and listen.
Entry music. Da, 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 da. It's the Bob and Josh Show.
We are recording this on August 6th, 2026, and it is the first day that football returns in America. So, in honor of that, because I'm a bit of a football guy, we're going to talk about one of my favorite coachisms that I've heard throughout the year and that I actually like. And it's all about making the routine plays routinely, and that's how good teams win. But we're going to bring that to leadership. And so what does that mean for leadership? What are the routine things that if you do these and you do them right and you do them often and routinely, then things go well. But unfortunately, not enough leaders do this routinely, do these things. So we are doing our traditional Bob made a list, Josh made a list, and we're going to bounce back and forth and talk about those things. Bob has more on his list than I have on my list, which he's going to lord over me and, really dig that knife in. So that Bob can get all of his items out. Bob, would like you to go first, along with any commentary you may have about the subject.
I mean, I don't know if these are huge things. I think that maybe they're habits to me. Some things popped out. So the first one for me is focus on strengths, like what you're good at. So things like under this one, I had some other words I thought of, like leverage your strengths or amplify your strengths or grow your strengths. And so every day you're focusing on, and from a leadership point of view, it's not just yours, it is yours. What are you doing about your strengths? Are you self-aware of your strengths? What am I good at? This is the flip of don't worry about what you're bad at, amplify what you're good at. What's a football? Man, I'm going to struggle with these football metaphors, but I think this one is an easier one. If you have a good running game, don't pass.
Yeah.
Right? You have a mediocre quarterback and you have a great running game. Don't pass a lot.
Yeah. Also, as a player, just like know your role and do your job.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like when you were talking tight end and blocking, your strength was your cranium. So you gotta use your head.
Are you enjoying yourself over there?
Yeah. So that's but again, the habitual part of that, a lot of folks, all of these, I think folks can fall out of it. So I think being strengths aware and leveraging your strengths every day, reminding yourself, making it a habit.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest thing is awareness of your strengths and actually accepting that there are strengths, which means there's weaknesses, and some people aren't even willing to do that. So agree. Okay, so my first one is all around one-on-ones, and I have some like pet peeves around that.
Okay.
That I see a lot of people that get kind of flippant with them and they cancel them. And so, yes, maybe they're weekly or every 2 weeks, but you really only have them every couple of months, maybe. And what I dislike about that is it sends a very clear signal about how important that member of your team is not.
Exactly.
And while, hey, I'm busy. Yeah, I got called in this meeting. Sorry, I can't make it. Don't do that. And so part of that is, number one, be on time. If you have to cancel it in advance. And I like it profusely apologize. And I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. This came up last minute. I know this is our time and you're important to me. And like, I make sure that they know that they are important to me, because I feel as if a lot of people dismiss the value of one-on-ones and the time with that person. And so therefore, you send a very clear message about how unimportant that person is, and I believe that does a ton of damage. And but people, don't see it that way, and it's frustrating to me.
I mean, I don't even say cancel it. You can't cancel it, Metacasters.
Yeah.
Right. So what? God calls you. Maybe consider canceling. You're dead. Maybe consider canceling. right? You're in a car accident, your legs hang out in the street, laying there. Maybe consider canceling. There's not many. It's so unless it's a health issue or a family issue, I would say don't cancel it for a business issue. I would reschedule. CEO calls you up, say we have an emergency. I would say, I mean, literally consider. I hear you. I'll be there in an hour. I'm meeting with Josh, and I have to do that. And so you have choices about what you prioritize. Imagine what it says to someone when you cancel, like Josh was saying, but imagine what it says to someone when you, maybe if even they overhear you, and it's like you're pushing off the CEO in lieu of the one-on-one because this is important, and you prioritize that. And I am lockstep with Mr. Anderson on this one, absolutely. Anything else about that, Josh?
No, we're just handing the ball back to you.
I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down and say less ego. Chip away at your ego. Chip away at your hubris, whatever that is. A hubris is like on your foot. It's like one of your toes is the hubris. So I'm in a mood today,
Dear Lord.
But every day, make it less about you and more about others. Chip away. And the reason I say it, I mean, look at coaches, look at football. There's a lot of Bill Belichick, ego. A lot of coaches, the ego. They try to act like they don't have. It's not about them, but they didn't get to be where they are. You didn't get to be a leader without a healthy ego. Let's just put the elephant in the room.
Yep.
I'm joking.
Jeez. Here. Oh, yeah, okay. The ego striking back.
Yeah. So chip away every day. Chip away at it. Look in the mirror and sort of chip yourself away. Be self-aware. I'm not saying take it to zero. You won't ever take it to zero. But be ego-less. Josh?
Yeah, I have something that aligns with that, and it's listen more than you maybe ever have. And this, kind of falls into one-on-ones as well. And I catch myself doing this all the time. So I'm constantly fighting myself to just be like, Josh, shut up. Just shut up and listen. Because there's a lot you want to cover. There's a lot you want to talk about. There's a lot going on. But at that point, it's not a one-on-one. It's just you just like hammering this poor person with thoughts and questions, and you need to just be quiet. And so what I try and do is I try and allocate half. So I try and allocate half of a one-on-one to, okay, there's things that I want to cover. There's things that you want to cover. Let's make sure we give those equal opportunity. Leaders out there, think about the last time you had a one-on-one and who did all of the talking. I'm going to bet it was you. I've done that a lot, and it frustrates the crap out of me. So this is something I'm always working on, and even in like team meetings and various things like that, where you're up there and you're talking, you have 1,000 things you got to cover. Stop, right? It's yes, there's important things that you need to say, and we'll follow up on that with my next item, but make sure you're listening as much as you're talking. And there are so many leaders that don't do that, and it's hard. Like I've said in the past couple of minutes, as I continue to talk and not listen, I do it all the time, and it's a battle.
Couldn't agree more. About you, not about me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. I like to hear myself talk.
Oh, we know. We know.
We know.
We are well aware. 500 episodes.
I opened that up, didn't I? Yes. I was going to say walkabout. There's this notion in Lean, a Gemba walk. And the Gemba walk is leaders walking around. You go to the place where the work is being done. Instead of the work of the people coming to you, you go to them. Now, this was undermined when we were working from home and things like that, but we're flipping that in a lot of organizations. And so to me, there's more opportunity for us as leaders. Like management, there was an old term, management by walking around. Right? And we walked around and we engaged with people and we looked at what was going on. This isn't spying. It's not micromanaging. It's not any of that stuff. It's really maybe curiosity based, being curious about it and try to get the real deal. trying to get in and what is the real deal? What's going on the floor? I've worked in manufacturing companies, like on assembly lines and things like that. And in those manufacturing facilities, there was always the managers like had a room on the second floor. It was a high ceiling, and there was like this glass walled thing up there in the corner. That's where the managers were, and there were windows that looked up. They rarely looked out. Sometimes they would look out, but it was like there was them, and then there was us. And they were so separate from they didn't know what the hell was going on, right? They could measure timesheets and things like that, and they could measure output on the assembly lines, but they didn't know what was going on or challenges and things like that or dysfunction or whatnot. The only way they could figure that out is by literally coming down and observing what was going on the floor. So doing more walkabouts.
Yeah, that's something that I miss dearly. Few things like heal me more than being around good, smart teams doing good, smart work and just like watching them and like, damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And like, I don't even say anything. I just like a little smile, like, man, this is great. And it, from all the frustrations I may have or whatever is going on in that day, like those things lift me back up and kind of get me going for whatever the next slew of meetings that I may have.
I'm with you, Buckaroo. I don't do hardly any of that anymore. Even when I would visit a client, I wouldn't be coaching the teams, but they might like show me around or give me I could walk around and I would just smile. And very often, Josh, the thing, they wouldn't know what they had. Like a lot of times the leaders there, they were nitpicking or doing this, and I would observe the teams. I would be doing the Gemba walk. And I'd be thinking to myself, holy crap, you don't know how good you got it. Right. You need to be, instead of nitpicking or buying Bob Galen to come in and fix them, you should be like thanking your lucky stars that you've got some good stuff here. Right. And they were insulated from it because they weren't walking around. They were making assumptions. And things.
Exactly. Yep. Okay, so my last one is say it again. And again is in all caps.
What?
Oh, dear Lord. Why do I do this? I do this?
I don't know.
So say it again for me. Don't do it. Is lessons that I learned as I was growing an organization was in my mind, I said something 2 months ago. So therefore, I have an assumption that everybody heard it, understood it completely, and didn't need to or want to hear it again. And in reality, hardly any of that story I was telling myself is true. Number one, the team was growing, so maybe there was somebody that wasn't even here. So somebody never had a chance to hear it. Maybe somebody was having a bad day, so they sort of heard it, but they didn't process it. Maybe a thing I said somebody didn't like, so they heard it and they just got mad at me, and they didn't even think about it. So there's all these reasons why words that came out of my mouth didn't land fully in someone's brain. And I was assuming that if I said something once, everybody perfectly got it. Yep. And that is never true. So you have to say these very important things over and over again. Going back to sports and going back to coaching, think about the times when there's coaches that do post-game talks and it feels like they're saying the same, like everybody's saying the same thing over and over again. And then the players come in and they basically say the same thing. That's what you have to do. It has to become, this is who we are and this is how we operate and the things that are important, because there's a lot going on. We've talked about people's jobs and roles and businesses just being hard. So just being able to focus on the things that matter sometimes requires you to say the same thing, what feels like an endless amount of times. And when I made that switch, because I was really frustrated with a team that I was building, like I've said all the words. Why is it not sticking? And then I just went and listened and asked people and understood that, yeah, I was in that meeting, but I didn't fully grasp what you were saying. So I had to like, oh, okay. So there were things might need to be said a couple of different ways because not everybody's going to process things the same way. So there's a whole myriad of reasons why you have to just keep saying the basics over and over again.
I couldn't agree more, Josh. All right. Metacasters, this is now the Bob Galen part of our show.
Yeah, boy. Unleash the hounds.
So hold on. I got a new toy. Every time I'm going to hit the... Can you hear it, Josh?
Yeah.
All right.
I hope
All right,
our
hold it.
listeners are still.
Hold it. All right. My. So I have 4 more Metacasters.
Okay. All right.
Under promise, over deliver, baby.
This is like the old days when Josh doesn't get to talk.
Yeah. So next one on my list is laugh. Every day, make it a habit to laugh.
Yeah.
All joking aside,
Wow.
I think I laugh a lot, Metacasters. If you haven't, and part of it is who I am, but part of it is intentional. I try not to take myself too seriously. I try not to take life too seriously, or I'm learning. I'm not perfect at this, and I try not to take work and profession too seriously. And one way to remind myself of that is to laugh, find the humor in things. The other part of that is to help other people laugh. So if I can joke around, if I can be playful, if I can be silly, do that. So that's laugh. Next one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. Okay.
No, Josh, this is my show.
Right, I know, but I worry about people in their car. Or
is it too loud?
With
is it really
headphones
loud?
in?
Is it loud?
It's not normal. I don't know. If it's
all right, well then I'll stop. Metacasters, you can give me some feedback.
Yeah, there we go. Tell us what you think about that.
Well, hold it on the Tibetan bowl. Okay.
All right. Yes. Please.
Hey,
do.
I had to use it, Josh.
Yeah, you did.
All right. So reflect. Second thing is reflect. Take some time every day to reflect. Reflect on 2 things: tactical. And, I use the term tactical and strategic. If you've listened for a while, you know I sort of segment into these. Tactical is the day-to-day, what's urgent today thing. Strategic is more so future-oriented. So you're reflecting on your tactical execution. What have you done well? What do you need to improve on, etc.? You're reflecting on that. The teams. Did I thank the teams? Did I recognize something? And you're reflecting on longer-term stuff. Third one is slow down. This is something I'm working on. This is a recent discovery for me, is that Western society, we reward running like lunatics all the time. And in some societies, for example, in Europe right now, it's vacation time. And in Germany, I have a friend, he's on a 5-week vacation, and the state supports that, etc. And he literally does no work on his vacation. He takes a break. He slows down. And it's not slow down to speed up. It's intentionally slowing down. So things like take a break. When maybe it's least, when you would be running, like there's an urgent problem, you might go out and walk around the building. Maybe take an overnight. I'll think about it overnight before I make a decision. Whereas, Josh, leaders today, you got to make a decision right now. Mm-hmm. Speaking, you slow down your speaking. Not your tempo, but like go last. Or like Josh was talking about, listen more, talk less. Filling the space. I think a lot of times as leaders, if it's quiet, you think that you got to fill the space. And just let it be quiet. Let people think. Introverts like think time. So get comfortable with 3 minutes. All of you Metacasters, you should experience 3 minutes of silence sometime and feel how uncomfortable that is. And then start practicing getting comfortable with it. And then there's that metaphor of it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Bring that marathon dynamic into your thinking. So I'm starting to really be intentional about slowing myself down. And then as part of that, working on the most important things and really being intentional. Any comments? Any smart cracks?
I am a master of the awkward silence. I'm so good at it, I didn't even know I did it. And I had team members be like, you are way too comfortable with awkward silence and we don't like it.
Yeah.
Can you fix that? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I had no idea. So, yeah, I think things we've talked about in the past that align with that is intentional vacation and not engaging when you're on vacation and the power of modeling that behavior as a leader. So aside from all the things that Bob said, there's a yes and to that of like, you need to model the best behavior and going on vacations, actually using your vacation time or taking a day and saying, hey, my kid has something going on at school. I'm out today. I'll be back tomorrow because I'm taking care of that, and setting that example, showing this is what's important. All those things matter and make a difference to your team so that they don't feel pressured into, to Bob's point, running like a bunch of maniacs.
Josh brings up, I want to amplify it. This is not just for you. This is everything that we've talked about today. Every item is your messaging to your team. You're showing them the culture that you're trying to represent, the behavior that you're trying to support. And so everything, slowing down, it's not just for you. It will affect them if you do it. Reflection it'll be mirrored in the organization. And this is a way of you influencing your culture in a positive way. If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for them, and it'll really set the tone. The last one for me is something that, again, a couple of these last couple are things that I am trying to settle on lately, is spending time with your loved ones, and it's where I'm at now. A little personal. You may have heard this. I've shared it a few times in the Metacast, but I have 4 children. I'm a divorced, so my first marriage ended in divorce, and I didn't spend enough time with my kids, and I regret that. I did the best I could, but even now that my family is sort of spread out across the country, I don't get as much time as I would like. So spending time with your loved ones, whoever, whatever, wherever whenever they are, I think is really important. It goes back, it's probably related to slowing down, is spending time with them. If there's special moments, take time off work. Don't let work, you will always, if you have a heart at all, if you have a soul at all, as a human, when you're 80, and if you've prioritized work over family, you will regret that. It's, and I'm talking about like in a broad sense. So make time for that, and then to land this episode, that will enable your teams, that will give them permission to do the same thing. So think about the gift, not only the gift you're giving to your loved ones, but the gift that you're giving to folks that work with you, and you're giving them that gift to spend time with their families. You're messaging that that's okay, that's a priority. And I think there's no greater gift that a leader can give to those around them than messaging that. So Josh, Mr. Smarty Pants, undermine that. Go ahead, poke holes in that.
The weird, and Bob has had to deal with my weirdness earlier today, but the weird thing is that when you were talking through that, what popped into my head was the movie Hook, because that was something that hit me at the right time at the right age. The movie Hook is all about a dad that's too busy at work, and that causes family problems, and he figures it out and all this stuff. So yeah, that's just where my brain went. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a good movie.
It's a good
tells
movie.
That exact story. So,
it's a good movie, Metacasters. And don't emphasize the damn hook. Yes, he's in a mood today.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So with sharp objects are the nature of the game today, my friends.
Yeah.
All right. So from beautiful downtown Cary, North Carolina.
And beautiful downtown Fuquay Arena, North Carolina.
I'm Bob the Hook Master Galen.
And I'm Josh Anderson.
Shake
and bake.
Take care, y'all.